Good afternoon, everyone. Great job today so far on starting to take action towards, being your best self. Today's talk is going to be our first journal entry, and I will post the link to the Lift to Get Lean journal down below. If you want me to print and bind it for you, let me know down below. I'll take a tally of how many I need to print so I can get a bulk order pricing and let you know on that. But also, you could print it off at home, you could print it off at Kinko's yourself and bind it, print it off at work like we talked about. Like I mentioned, when I did it, printed and bound it, it was about $15. So if I ship it to you, it'll be just the cost of printing plus the shipping. Now, that being said, I want to dive right in, you guys. Today we're talking about two different topics. Number one, your owner's manual, which is essentially your journal for this entire program. And then also entry number one of being ready, willing, and able to make change. So as we start off talking about our quote unquote owner's manual, I want to remind you guys that change is a skill. And just like any skill, we have to practice it. So we have to practice making change. That's why we're really trying to focus on just one thing at a time, at least this week, biting off less than we can chew to make it a little bit more digestible. So in addition to practicing making change, we also need to get to know ourselves just a little bit better. So throughout the program, some of these wacky questions that I'm going to ask you, while they may have absolutely nothing to do with nutrition or working out, they have everything to do with you getting to know yourself better. So the purpose of this is for you to know what it is. What do you want? What do you want to get out of this program? What do you need? And where do you want to go? So first question, in terms of nutrition, in fitness, performance, health, athletic performance that is, and the process of change, what do you already know? What previous experience do you have? Maybe you've worked with a coach before. Maybe you are a coach yourself. Maybe you have a really strong understanding of nutrition. So there are no wrong answers here, but just start to tally up. What do you already have working in your favor? Maybe you've already done some self-study. Maybe you love taking those personality tests like I do and you know yourself really, really well. Or you're already really good at cooking. Maybe you've gone to culinary school, or you already have a really strong meal prep ritual that works for you and your family. Maybe you already know what allergies you have. And I don't assume that you guys already know this stuff. You guys, my husband he's got celiacs. He did not find this out until he was like 35 years old. So start to notice if something makes you feel off. Start to notice that so we can pinpoint it and work with that and move forward. Other things, how can you use these experiences and these skills that you already have to help you be successful? And then finally, what do you need/want in order to move forward with the program? So that's part one. Part two is actually one of my most favorite talks, because we're talking about being ready, willing, and able. And the reason I love this talk is because it helps you manage your expectations. As I mentioned yesterday, you're going to get out of this program what you put into it. Some of you are going to be able to go full speed ahead and put your all into it. Some of you, your all is going to look just a little bit different because of the stage of life that you're in right now. And I'm okay with that. I want you to be okay with that, but just gauge your progress based on where it is that you are right now. So the second part is being ready, willing, and able. And I want to know right now, how ready are you to change? Like, what brought you into this group? A lot of you touched on this yesterday. It's been a while. The kids, the jobs, the travel. You've gotten too far away from where you were. Some of you are just looking to take it to the next level. So what brought you here? And are your old routines working for you, or do they need to be revamped? And just, be real frank with yourself. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no, I am not ready to change. I can't do this right now. And 10 being, I am so ready. I was ready yesterday. Let's do this. That is your 10. So score yourself. And then I want you to think about how willing are you to change? How open are you to the lessons that we are going to teach you? How open are you to trying some new routines, some new recipes, and maybe eating a little bit more? Of course, I'm already getting feedback from a few of you that I've sent macros to, like, I've never eaten this much. I know, and that's like part of the problem. So can you trust the process? Or do you hate being told what to do? And that's all part of you knowing you, right? Like I mentioned, I'm currently reading the Four Tendencies. If you have read that book and if you're a rebel and you hate being told what to do, let me know so I can reframe some things for you, or you reframe them yourself. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being no change, I'm digging my heels in, you cannot tell me what to do. And then 10 being, please change me, Kylie. I'll do whatever you say. I'm putty in your hands. That would be a number 10. So how willing are you to change right now? And then finally, how able are you to change? So a lot of times, like, we want to change so bad. We really want to change and we are ready to change, but something is blocking you. And it could be the fact that, maybe you've got 2 small children at home and you're taking care of an aging parent. It could be that, you've got all your family obligations and you're also going back to school for your MBA, or you've got injuries that are holding you back. There are all kinds of things that can legitimately hold us back. Not everything is an excuse, right? We do have some limitations and we have to learn how to work with those. But on a scale of 1 to 10, with those things in mind, with 1 being right now, I just cannot change. Now is not the time for me. And 10 being, I have all of the tools and I have all of the support that I need. That would be a level 10. So how able are you to change? Now, as we go through this process, another thing that you're going to hear me say over and over and over again is noticing and naming. We're going to talk about noticing and naming right now as it comes to resistance. But when it comes to like being hungry and emotional eating and overeating, we'll talk about noticing and naming what brings things up. Why am I doing this? Can I dive a little deeper and understand what is the root of this? What's the root cause of this scenario? But right now I want you to, as you think about working on and changing your habits, notice any resistance that pops up. Like, oh, no, I can't eat chicken. I don't like chicken. I don't like the way it tastes in my mouth. It's just too chewy. Nope, can't do eggs. Don't like eggs. I don't like the texture of the eggs. No, I don't like vegetables. I can't eat vegetables. Like one vegetable that I like. No, I don't have any time to meal prep. Can't do that. It's not going to work for me. It's like all of that is resistance, you guys. And I want you to notice the resistance that pops up and name it. Some of you are going to find some resistance when I tell you to do less cardio than what it is that you're currently doing. And notice that, and let's see if we can put a pin in it and actually name it. So as you begin to notice and name, get to know yourself a little bit better, score yourself on scales of 1 to 10 on are you ready, are you willing, and are you able. Our big focus is just doing one thing at a time, you guys. So today, you're going to do those things. You're going to fill out your journal, whether you're going to print it off or just write it down for now in your little spiral notebook. Think about these things and just really dive deep inside to see how ready, willing, and able you are to change. And as resistance pops up, what is it? What does that look like? And as always, you guys feel free to share that in our group if you want to, or keep it to yourself. Whatever you feel most comfortable with works for me. So we'll talk to you first thing tomorrow morning, and of course comment on all of your posts today. Thank you for your participation, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, you guys.